What is going on, guys? Can y'all hear me? What is going on, guys? Don't know if you got audio. Awesome. I wanted to get everybody together, at least in my little circle, and just tell y'all how absolutely thankful I am for each and every one of you. What I feel like you bring to my little corner of the internet and of the knife community, and just hang out for a little while. Everybody having a good day? Crappy day? Sweet Deuces Wild. It was nice to see you the other night. Colton, man, reasonable days. At least we get them behind us and they're reasonable. Richard, Gonorrhea. Ed, you are doing great, buddy. I'm glad you're having a great day. Kind of laid out some USA made knives for no real reason, except I had a case that has a lot of USA made knives in it. The Quiet Carry, I'm not 100% sure of if this is made in the US of A or not. The Quiet Carry Waypoint, does anybody know? I think it's USA. Richard, welcome. Welcome to the circle. I am one of the small channels. There are some wonderful, wonderful, wonderful channels, and run around with these guys you see in the chat, and you will have a blast. Welcome, welcome. Demon Op, how are you, my man? I'm usually a one knife guy, and I know that's kind of counterintuitive of everything we believe in. Today, since I've taken my journey into the small world of fixed blades, I carried 3 knives. Had the Chickadee in my left pocket. I have on my belt with horizontal loops this little MKM. It is a great little knife. I love the leather sheath that it came with, but it also ordered the Kydex sheath that has the belt loops that'll melt right on your belt. You don't even know it's there, guys. So I carry that knife on my belt, have this little guy that's got leather. I let it ride in my left pocket like this, and then just carry my number 1 blade, which today was my ProTech Mordax that I've been absolutely smitten with after picking it up in Nashville this past weekend. And I've compared it with the buddy's old one, and I don't know if they just crown the spine or if the blade stock's actually thinner. But this guy's is a slicey specimen. And I've heard about hollow grinds and making it thinner. And when I look at this blade and I look at how thin it terminates behind the edge, I just don't know if you get your money's worth out of a hollow grind. I don't know how much there is to take off, but I'm not a blade guy. I'm just a user. And it's sharp. Colton, I'm trying to have knives represented here tonight, from White River to Jacob Creates to TRM to Quiet Carry to TRM again to Benchmade to Tactile Knife Company, Medford, Spyderco Golden, ProTech, and Rick Hinderer, all United States knives. No, for no reason. This little bird and trout, by the way, by White River Knives, is a great little knife. Micarta has a kind of banging sheath. It's not my jam in terms of how it carries, but I have stuck it in my back pocket before. Let's get another Benchmade out here, like the Mini Loco. That's a great knife. But yeah, I'm trying to just show tonight for no rhyme or reason, just some of the USA knives again, because that's what was in the case that we had out here. Blade Ogre, my brother from another mother. It's good to see you, my friend. Leatherweight QSP Hawk that you modded. What did you do to it, Richard? That sounds like an awesome carry. Yeah, I'm going to start carrying at least two. When I go to the office, they're not real happy about knives, but most of mine are concealed. I don't know if I'll be able to get away with my little belt knife, my little MKM, or one of my other small Tucson's. But that's a great little sneaky knife. Has fantastic jimping. It's great for getting into boxes. And MKM makes a little bit larger one. When I say a little bit larger, it comes out about yay far. Gives you two fingers, like two indented fingers. But this knife was around $86 before discount at White Mountain Knives. And I can highly recommend it. Just the sheath that it comes with, it's magnetic and leather, is the bomb. But it rides on your belt without you knowing it's there. Bluminati, I loved your video, my man. Michael Morgan, the Pinion. How do you like the button lock Towser? Is it that good? Hey, Mike, yay. Tippy's asleep right behind me on the couch. Crashed out. She appreciates you saying hey. I totally agree, Demonoc. I have 3 knife cases with some of my favorite knives that are designed by American companies and made overseas, and I'm an equal opportunity knife lover. I've never fought the people for the politics. I don't get caught up in that crap. That's why I kind of gave it a nice little, this is just what I happen to have out tonight in terms of sitting beside me. So why don't we go with some American-made knives? But that doesn't mean that next time we'll have some great American-made companies that are making their knives overseas because they haven't had much of a choice. Now you've got Lefty, who's getting ready to, I think, blow doors wide open to kind of piggyback on what Jared was saying earlier in his live with the knife that he's had made, the Growler, the USA-made Growler. That thing is fantastic. And I have a feeling it's going to be a hit, and maybe that'll get some more people looking at U.S. manufacturing, and maybe they'll have the capacity. I know there are a lot of maybes there, but I've been impressed with it. I've not held it, but looking at it, it looks great. Michael Morgan. Tell me what I'm going to do. Let's see if I can. Do that. Let's see this. Trying to make a couple people moderators. Seeing if it'll let me do that. Michael Morgan is a moderator. Mike Yeh is a moderator, and Kyle is an unwilling moderator. Just for now, in case y'all need to post anything up there, Mike and Kyle, I hope y'all don't mind, and Mike Yeh and Kyle Cooley and the man, the myth, and the legend. I should have a wrench at some point. Oh, Byron, take care, brother. Love you, man. I have not DM, but it sounds like it's an awesome little design. The Devo Design Slippy is it looks like a collaboration with Urban Supply Company, and I have seen it and I love it. I think it looks fantastic. Are you talking about the one that has that little choil, kind of a Warncliffe blade that Lefty's been showing? What's going on, ATX Sharp Guy? How is Austin, Texas this evening? Acid Test Kids. I get it mixed up too, Michael. I was not by any means correcting you. I was just thinking that could be, I could be as far off from that as anything else. I just think it's Urban EDC Supply because that's one that they don't have a lot of creative, like, I guess they could make prototype adjustments if they wanted to, but it's really Urban EDC that's making those calls. Be up, Byron. Hashtag be up. So I pimped out my flipperless Eclipse, and I'm kind of having remorse. I don't know if it looks too bougie for a Hinder. What do y'all think about the Battle Blue hardware on the Stonewashed Bronze? Is that too much? Thanks, Demon Ot. I don't know if y'all have had the pleasure of holding a Ritter Hogue, which I consider, and I've got a regular grip tilly and a mini grip and a mini Ritter Hogue that I can show y'all side by side. But this is a great knife, guys, and I would say one of the best U.S.-made values in the knife game right now. I'm going to say it's 156 bucks, maybe 160 in the full size, under 150 for the mini, 20 CV blade, thicker bar lock springs that are very substantial that suck the blade back in. I know it's not detent, but it serves as just a great detent. And then the texture on the G10. This is a winner, guys. And remember that the money goes to help Doug and his family continue to fight for our rights to party with knives and get these crazy ass archaic laws rolled back. I was amazed. I don't know how many of y'all have signed up for the newsletter, but it's totally free. And you should really sign up to the newsletter because you'll get blasts on things happening in your state. And if you want to get blasts on things that are happening all over the country, you can. But they just suffered a defeat. And I forget the state, but they weren't able to get the law changed, not this go around. But if y'all picked up anything from Doug in any of his interviews during Knives Live, he's not somebody to give up. He'll continue to fight. He'll be ready next time, and he'll go back. And I would just think that that would be a frustrating way to live your life. But I'm thankful for it. And thankful for Doug. So y'all go to Knife Works, which is the only place that you can get those, and just take a look at the different Ritter Hogues that they've got in stock. See if you see something there that attracts your attention. I think they're even having some Black Friday sales. But I promise you, you will not be disappointed with an RSK. And if you are, all you have to do is let Knife Right or Knife Works know, and they will take it back because Doug wants all of his customers satisfied. And these knives are the bomb. Mark Herrera. I thought I made him a moderator. I thought I made Michael. Hold on, let me check again. I don't want to. Michael Morgan is now a moderator for the channel. And then my man, Kyle Coonley, he probably bailed when he saw that I'd stuck him with that responsibility, which is no responsibility because you never have to be here. You don't have to do anything. Acid Test Kids, lurking. You're a moderator. Boom. Mike, yay. Let's make sure he got his. Nope, it says he is a moderator. It says the only choice is to remove. Kyle, Michael Morgan, the only choice is remove. And there's my brother Kyle. Yep, everybody else should be moderators. All you do, buddy, is if you want to post a link, if you want to share any links that you find that are interesting, if you want to ban somebody who's posting, you don't have to do anything. You can just stand there with the wrench. And if somebody gets out of hand or crosses you, you can just put them in timeout. You can wield the ban hammer. Forrest, the man, the myth, the legend. If I was not trapped by wires, I can almost with my arm reach my Forrest EDC Roundtable Pink Mushroom Hank. But the good news is I can reach into my back pocket and I can pull out my Forrest Hanks meth cat, meth rat, squirrel with a knife. How priceless is that? We need to make room for that. Screw these knives. So what's everybody carrying today? Bearded Doom. Beard, I would be honored if you DM me your address. Just a way that I could get in touch with Bod, the man, the myth, and the legend. On Instagram, just, hey, Mike Jernak, just DM me your address, brother. I won't send you anything noxious or illegal, I promise. Maddie, I appreciate y'all stopping by. Because again, the only reason I wanted to have this live is to thank each and every one of you for making me feel part of the community that I love. And it's not the community, it's the people in the community. I think Maddie said it best tonight when he was talking about Blade Show. Blade Show is great, but what makes it special and what makes this community a place that I treasure is each and every one of you. And that's what it's all about. And I wanted to just show some gratitude. Y'all have helped me through some good times. You've helped me through some bad times. You've been constants in my lives. And y'all are my brothers and sisters. And I consider you family and love you all. I promise you will never, if anything ever makes you guys think that there's any drama surrounding me, reach out to me directly. Talk to me about it. There will never be any reason for any drama coming from the channel, coming from the chats. That's why I always say we can all have different views. It's cool. I mean, that's what makes us all special is we all bring unique perspectives. I learn from you guys every day. And if we're open-minded, think how great it is to get other perspectives from people that 99.9% of the things that tie us together, we all love. And then we learn some of these other perspectives that I find it fascinating. I find people fascinating, and I find you guys and gals some of the finest humans that I've come across in a really long time. And I know it's not just online because I've spent a lot of time with some of you guys, a whole lot of time. And y'all are every bit as good in person, if not better, than you are on your channel. So I'm just proud of y'all. I'm thankful, which is the main reason I wanted to do this, is tell y'all how much I want you to have a great Thanksgiving, how much you've given me to be thankful for. And yeah, let's just keep on keeping on. So Bluminati's carrying the CRT Provoke, Kaiser Nitty Paragon, Kaiser Baby. Is that the Fixed Blade, the Black Micarta Opinion, Rosecraft Mohawk, and the Gonzo Firebird? Absolutely, Manisfaction said it best tonight. Reach out to somebody, check on them this holiday season. Let's just always look out for each other. Lifelines can come up at the most unimagined times. Just a one phone call, one act of kindness. You never know when you're going to change somebody's life, save somebody's life, or if nothing else, reconnect with somebody you hadn't talked to in a while. I need to reach out to Scooter. I hadn't heard from old Scotty in a while. Grateful Panic and I were talking about him this evening. And I've seen him chat a few times, make some comments on Instagram, but I'm just used to seeing Scotty in the chats. Mark Herrera. That is a super deal, Michael Morgan. Thanks for sharing that. I saw that today. So I carry today the Chickadee in my left pocket. I carry it just deep down in my pocket with the clip. And then I carried the Mordax in my right pocket. I love this knife, guys. It's so thin. It is so much thinner even than the Malibu. And it's just more chamfered. Look at that blade stock comparison. I love it. I carried this, and then I carried on my belt one of my new favorite sneaky deaky knives, my little box cutter, MXK Micro. MKM Micro. But that just rides in a little Kydex sheath on my belt. Don't even know it's there. Papa Bear knives. That's good to know, Mike. Y'all talk amongst yourselves while I go to that and check it out real quick. And we might be able to share that. I don't want to get into where I go shopping because I'm weak. I do like sharing cool stuff. Oh, you know what though, guys? I'm on my my Spectrum computer, my work computer, and yeah, it's tiny, Maddie. Your hands, you indeed. They make one that is made for you. It's a small knife, but it's made for you, and it's got two rivets that hold the mic-card in instead of one. So it's like 3 times the size of the one that I have here. So I would say it would have a handle that's probably going to come back to right here. And you've got these two rivets with the micarta. White Mountain Knives has them too. And I'm thinking it'd be more of this kind of knife. But it's definitely a small, tuck away little fixed blade. You too, Demon Op. Don't work too hard, buddy. Yeah, but what I was going to say is since I'm on my work computer and that's what I do my lives on, it won't let me go to certain websites. I have to go, since I'm a digital manager, I have to go get them unblocked, which sucks. Now I can go to Knife Rights because it's an org site. Did you guys make it for the Knives Rights Grand, Knives Live Grand? Hey, Tanya, giveaway the other night? And here that we raised over $7,200 for Knife Rights in our 24-hour quest. Let's see if I can share this. I'm just testing my streaming capabilities, guys, to see if I can share this screen with you. Doug still got it up on his site. But guys, this site, just if you go to the home page and sign up for the newsletter here, it costs you nothing. It is great information that'll come to your inbox. And then they've got a link to the app, which is basically a replication of this, where you can go to your state. You can find out what legislative action is being taken place in your state right now. What to do if you're detained. Just a fantastic resource. And again, this has all been put together by Doug, and you know, he said it himself best, that he got some answers he didn't like and realized that somebody needed to stand up for knife owners. So I urge you guys to download the app if you're ever so inclined, if you want to have something that will tell you on any state that you're in what your knife laws are, what your rights are. But sign up for the newsletter. You'll get some good information. Cool stuff. Let's see if that stops sharing. Last Ranger, Gary, I am learning one day at a time, brother. One of these days, I'll have it down to where I don't cut myself. I've got something to actually talk about. I've got a plan. Refined like this White River Burden trout. That is my goal. This little S90V Chickadee is the Shisniznitz. It carries great, and it is, I find myself pulling it out of my pocket, making small cuts more than I do my primary knife. And this one's going to have to go see Joe, Lancelot Leather, to get something cool done to it, because this sheath is well made. It's a great sheath, but it's not my jam. I'm not a belty on the side of the leg guy. So that's going to go to Joe. To maybe get something similar to this done to this, or made to be like this. I mean, this could almost be modded with a clip, taking this crap off the back. You could almost start with this before you customized it, but I'd rather have something with Joe's Maker's Mark done right. And guys, I was amazed this little waypoint, which to me has different but really good action as I fail it, compared to the Rockwall here, Tactile Knife Company, which is on bearings. I was surprised that the waypoint is on washers. Becomes a little more apparent when you shake it closed. But it's really got some snap. Which one do I like better? I like the Rockwall. The action of the Rockwall is much smoother, but the lightness and the overall utility and the thinness of that blade stock make this waypoint, which was a gift from the Brother Brown raffle, even that much more special. That's in Forever Knife. But the Tactile Turn or Tactile Knife Companies, the Schniznitz. So guys, I've got to come up with, and I wasn't going to say anything in the Colton's Automotive Tips. I will kindly make you a moderator when I get back to the iPad, but I'm not there right this second. I've moved in the room, but I will shortly. What I was going to say is I wanted to do a hashtag something. Be up is going to be the word. I don't want to do it yet because I'm going to find out what I'm going to give away. I want to give away a knife to one of you guys in the chat because, again, if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't have people to hang out with in live streams. I wouldn't have anybody come and check out my live stream. I wouldn't have anybody ask me questions about knives. I wouldn't have any of you people to look forward to bumping into when I go to shows. And I just, want to give back. So give me a second. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. All right, guys. Y'all still with me? We're going to give away a medium-sized steel wheel Archeos that I've had in my collection for almost 2 years. And it's got the snappiest detent that I've kept it in my collection, even though it's not the type of knife that you find when you look through my collection. So this is a G10 knife. It's got red standoffs. Again, D2 super, super, super slicey. Liner lock. I'll throw some stickers in there. Nice little swag pack on top of that. So we're going to give this guy away for one of y'all. Yes, absolutely. You can anybody can do anything except shank somebody. As long as you shank them, and I don't know about it, they never got shanked. But that's the steel wheel. Like I said, I'll throw a couple of other goodies, including another knife or two small knives in there. But yeah, I just wanted to give something back tonight and wanted to give it back to one of you cats, because you cats have been around since the start. Y'all are the ones that I chat with in the lives. I mean, you guys, I feel like if we could expand our little reach, think how many people we could pull into the knife community, into our little part of the world. Juggling Ninja. That's my goal for Knives Live 2023 is 48 hours, banging content, cross-populate. Don't leave the screen up. That will bring the random people just here for the giveaway. I've learned this. Do I have any kind of giveaway up? I just said thankful. Oh, I'm the type, if I don't recognize your name, you won't be in there. But yeah, that's absolutely true, Satisfaction. But there'll be another surprise or two with this knife, so it won't just be that knife. And I can promise you it won't be that knife. Dwayne. Mike, I appreciate everything you guys do. You guys make it. You guys are the ones that brought me out of the corner 2 years ago when COVID started, and I was losing my mind buying guitar effects and getting ready to invest in a one wheel, and totally shifted my whole makeup and started getting into not just the knives, started out as knives, but some of my best friends in life I've met, you being one of those people. I mean, bumping into you guys in Atlanta, it was like I've known you for 10 years. And I know I could sit with you for another 2 weeks and not run out of stuff to talk to or talk about. Man, I've got my computer sitting on my knife case, and I've got plenty of knives out, but I'm already getting, because I do, guys, I don't carry all my knives all the time. E&G, I appreciate you, brother. I think of you as a good friend. I love spending time with you on Pocket Metal's Metal Mondays, and I think you do a ton for the community, and you make me laugh. Every time I see you, you make me laugh, and that's a good thing. Y'all are all awesome. But keep in mind, y'all are the ones that are bringing me joy. I'm thankful for you guys. You guys absolutely kill it. It's true. And sometimes out of the hardest circumstances come some of the most beautiful gestures. I think Be Up, and I think everything that's going on, I think everybody's true colors have come out in a time of, distress. I think we all needed to heal differently. Everybody heals differently. And I've just been so touched to see the outpouring and the organized, thought out, thoughtful planning that has been basically put together for our fallen brother. And it makes me misty-eyed, and I love that. I think that's what this community is all about, and what Beard was talking about tonight. If you haven't seen it, go check out his what he was making people aware of on the live earlier on Satisfactions. I'll timestamp it when this goes live. I'll timestamp where you can go check that out. But there's another brother who could use a little love. And that's what we're about. I mean, think about it, guys.
every one of these knives, unless I've got one that I've got to use for my tool to survive, is something that I did not need. It's something I wanted and was fortunate enough to be able to, over time, acquire. I didn't get these knives overnight, and they took planning, but I'm blessed. So I'm not at all, it's if someone in the community or someone that's tied to someone in the community needs a handout, I think, and when I say a handout, a hand up, needs a hand up, I think by coming together, it's the strongest thing we can do for our community and forwarding the fact that we are not just a bunch of people who talk the talk. We're a bunch of people who actually walk the walk, and we stand up tall for what we believe in. And we'll call your fucking ass out if you're trying to scam people, or if you're double entering for shit, or if you're doing things in any way is going to hurt one of the members of the community, bully them, make them feel bad. You'll get called out. And I think that's only honorable. I think, we should all work through any differences we have, and we're going to have differences, but do it above board. Do it, face to face. The best thing, and this is Javon's humble opinion. Let's say hypothetically I've got a problem with somebody. They have pissed me off. I'm thinking about making a video about it, or I'm thinking about, how dare them. Why would I not DM them or Instagram call them and try to find out, A, what made them feel that way, B, I hate it that you feel that way, and if I have to say in a pleasant way, well, look, then we'll just quit associating with each other. If I've done something, I'm sure I did not intend it to be that way, but if you see it that way, I'm sorry. Let's go away. Just don't go away mad. That's the way I think it should be. I just think that everybody should communicate with each other because we are a community. It's like a family. And sometimes you have to go to somebody in an uncomfortable situation and say something's bothering you. And that takes strength. There's nothing wrong with that, guys. Some of the strongest relationships are formed from something weird starting out, straining a relationship that turns out to be a lifelong friendship. So just always keep your heads up, your heart's pure, and love each other. Luke, how are you, my man? Long time no see, brother. We are a tribe. That's the way I look at it. I look at it as people that I can turn to, that I can, at any given night, no matter what kind of shitty day I'm having, I can jump into a live stream for a few minutes. I'm going to bump into a familiar face, and it's going to make me smile. And I'm going to feel connected to that person because I am connected to that person. And that's a beautiful thing. Tanya, thank you. And it's not positive messages. I'm glad that they sound that way. It's really how I feel. And it comes from a place of frustration, not seeing that more people see the world that way. And it's hard, guys. By no means do I have it easy. I struggle with, the same psychological crap that we all struggle with. It's just one of those things that I look at it takes as much energy, less energy, for me to be positive and gives me a little bit of gratitude and makes me feel better than it does to be upset, negative, looking for drama, trying to pull people down. Because pulling people down, I don't know about you, but it's never given me any kind of joy. It's made me feel like shit. I've done it as a kid. When I was younger, I was cruel. I was a bully. I was a jerk. I'm not proud of it, but I've learned from it. And that's why I don't like to see it in the community. I just like to see everybody doing like they're doing tonight, getting along, looking out for each other, and just having a good time. And knowing that y'all all bring value to this community, whether you just hang back, you say one or two things, the fact that you're here, you're making the community one more strong. So the way I look at it, we're all very valuable in the community. And I know when I first got into the knife world, I never said a word. I lurked for almost a year before I ever even chatted up. And the first person who's live who I chatted into, the first person who I became close with was Brother Panic, Grateful Panic, our resident panda. And I love that dude like a brother. And I met him on the internet in a live stream. And his live streams to me were not talking about knives. They were not talking about what's going on in this manufacturer pushing this manufacturer out. It would go down like this. You know, he would start and he would read the chat with an innate skill that I've never been able to replicate and have conversations with the chat in real time. And I'm convinced help people. He was like a therapist. He is a therapist. I mean, he can hear and listen to people in the chat, have multiple conversations going on at one same time. And I've been on the receiving end of it. You feel like you're being heard. And that's what we all need from time to time. It's just to know that you're being heard. Can't fix it all the time, but just, hey, man, that sucks. I hear you. And they are, Mark Herrera. Disagreements and discussions help us grow. Satisfaction, he is. I tried to drag him on here, but he's had a long day at work. He's back chilling. He'll go out. He'll walk through in a second, and I'll have him say something to you guys because he'll go skateboard again. He chases a lot of pavement. So this is the knife that we're going to give away tonight, and then there'll be a couple of surprise giveaways. And I'm going to wait till I collect our hashtag, and I'll tell y'all what to put in there when I remember how to do that. Let me Google that while y'all talk amongst yourselves. Found it. Let's see. Where did I go? Chicka, chicka, chicka. The broadcast. All right, guys, I'm going to try to share this screen. I'm not going anywhere. I just figured we'd do this because I'll probably run into an issue with it. Can y'all see that? Once you start putting B up in the comments, one time, each of you, start putting in the comments over there, just put hashtag B up, just like Tanya did, without any capitals. JN, do it with no capitals. I feel like it's easier for people. Pretty Fly, do it with no caps, buddy. Do it just like it's in there. You can do it again. Awesome. Do I have to start collecting comments first? No, that's getting them. Keep putting them in there. 37, Gary. Seems like they would keep counting, but they don't look like they're keeping counting. Yeah, they are. I guess they are in real time. All right, it seems like we should have more entries than that. Should I go back, Manusfaction? Somebody who uses this, should I go back and collect them again? Don't go back? Okay. Y'all keep typing B up in there. I want to make sure enough people get in to get a chance. Throw up. And then I'll let you guys determine when we should cut it off and I should hit the draw button. And I'll look for kind of a consensus there that y'all are done throwing it in. And then we'll go back to doing what we were doing after we determine who are. Guys, this is actually a slick knife. When I got this thing, it was originally $110. And this is when I used to search Knife Center for stuff that was on sale that I found was unique. And this guy has jimping in the right places. It's got a poon, super slicey. Again, it is D2 and G10, but it's steel wheel and it's a nice one. All right, Tanya, we got you, girl. Are y'all ready? I'm showing 25 entries. Y'all ready to go? Manusfaction, what do you think? All right, guys. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What's up, Darnell? Whoops. Dwayne, the man. Letter Dwayne's email address, but please either DM me on Instagram your mailing address, or you can send it to Knives Live 2021 and just in the subject line put Dwayne Letterman, and I'll know exactly what it is. But you can hit me up at either place. Let me let me do this. Stop sharing. Go back to this. And let's do this. Fine, you can email me there, or you can DM me there. Congratulations, buddy. Tanya, where are you? In Canada? Can you see just thousands and millions of stars? Later, Manusfaction. I'll miss you, but take care of your family, dude. And I always appreciate when you pop into my chats, which are few and far between. I know you are, buddy. Gary, take care, man. Rub those cats for me. I'm not going anywhere. Oh, you're in. Well, Vancouver's got some good skateboarding, doesn't it? Don't they do the board? What's it called? The board race there, where they all wear ties and skate down. Is that Vancouver? Juggling Ninja. Say howdy.
Oh, howdy.
Yell out.
What's up, y'all?
Hey, Grateful Panic says howdy, everybody. Throw some love out there. We were talking about your live streams earlier.
Oh,
Yeah, and how they were like therapy for all of us. That's how we all kind of slowly got into the live stream game, was through your channel. You'd be surprised how many people in here came into it through you.
So I'm like a dope dealer, huh?
You're kind of like the dealer. Remember when I told you should colonize Clubhouse? That's
Yeah.
why, because you were the Pied Piper of fucking knife people. Mike Ye saying hi to you. Everybody saying hi to you.
What's up, everybody? I'm doing some
He's going skateboarding again
customizing.
without his helmet. Louis, how are you, my man? So, guys, I saw an interesting thing in the Knives Live chat today because we're talking about how to make it bigger and better next year and talking about maybe doing it 48 hours. And somebody put up the question, why do we just do it one time a year? Why don't we do it twice a year? Which made me think, well, that wouldn't be having to wait a whole year to do it again. Louis, you're not late, buddy. I just have fun getting together for a weekend with people, knowing I'm going to be in live streams if I'm awake. And this year I stayed up for all 24. So did everybody give me their carry today? I know we saw a couple of them, and then we kind of dropped out after I talked about I carried the Chickadee, I carried the Mordax, and then I carried the little MKM on my belt. What'd you guys carry today? The Fenrir Manifestation, I've got to try that out. And you know, Louis, I'm not thinking as much about the donations. You're right that it probably needs to be one time a year for that. Dan Designs Wendigo carried by Gone Awry. Just the best technique today for Bearded Doom. And maybe it's just a get together, like a trial. Pinson Towser for Michael Morgan. The Pinion and the Towser. Savivi Lazar, named after Bob Lazar, Acid Test Kids. That's awesome. Demonoc had the XM18 near me all day. Mike Ye had a couple of PM2s. Pretty Fly had the Orion Scorpion, which I want to try at Scorpio. And Ed put his in 2 times, and I probably missed it, so I don't blame him. Screw me, Ed. I'm sorry. Grumpy Sage 5 Pro X Edition. Nice. Boker Nesme Pro and Onai Splint. Orion Solaris. I've got a Solaris and love it, but I want a Scorpio. Yeah, Acid Test Kids. I've got a McKenna in G10. If you ever look for one and you can't find one, I love that little knife, but I'd pass it on to a brother. But the Lazar is cool. Tanya had her brass McKenna today. I had one of those and shared it with Grateful Panic. That is a great little knife.
Which one?
The Vox Dapper, that is a great little knife. Has that got that interesting lock, ENG, that you push up on? It's kind of like a lock back. I've got one in G10 with blue G10 standoffs. If that's the same one as the Dapper. No, the Vox Dapper is totally cooler. Never mind. I was going brain dead. Buck Spitfire and a case travel lock for Mark Herrera. Pretty Fly wants a Solaris to go with the Scorpio. The quality is amazing on the Scorpio. You will not be surprised with the Solaris. It is every bit as refined. I would say that because I've handled the Scorpio at Blade Show, but I've never owned one. Yeah, that 154 brass is a nice one. And it's been on sale right now for Black Friday if you can find it. I know Blade HQ, which I will never recommend them because I watched them raise the price on the Max Ace Black Mirror, but they do have it for good prices. So does Knife Center. The Vosteed Thunderbird, that is a cool knife. To carry the Towser V today, and now he's carrying the Thunderbird. Way to go, Louie. The Thunderbird was designed by the same guy who designed the Cormorant, right? I've got a Holy Nerd on the way. I bumped into them at the Nashville Blade Show to Marianne and Hillary, and they brought me one up there that I was supposed to buy. But of course, I didn't bring enough money because I didn't know I was going to run into that and have a chance to buy it. So I had to go over to the TRM booth with my tail between my legs and say, if you guys will send me a PayPal invoice, I will buy it on Tuesday. This was on Saturday. And they were nice enough to do that. So I've got a Holy Nerd coming. So I might have a Nerd for sale. With a set of micarta scales and a set of G10 scales, if anybody might be looking for a small, slicey, little fifth pocket knife. Beyond EDC is making some great knives, Grumpy Grunt. Have you done a video on that yet today, or did you just get it? Yeah, my knife budget was doing fantastic until about 4 weeks ago, and I slipped back into my old ways and kind of lost my mind. $100, and that's a small one, right? Oh, hell. Where did you say you got it? At Blade HQ? Yeah, Thunderbird looks good. Dapper. 174. 179. ENG, was that just a short-term sale? I don't see one on here for any less than 159. Bummer. Yeah, I have no knife budget, but when you're looking at Black Friday, Countdown sold out. That's probably where it was. Guys, chat amongst yourselves. It was a flash sale for the day. Okay, so it's gone. I'm going to have to... How do I miss stuff like that? You know, I missed a half track today too. And Manufacturing, that new Kung Wu that the Kickstarter started on, is awesome in Thai. Kung Wu is fantastic. I was looking at the mini, not the compact. It's not the Tao, because I've got the Tao and the X Tao. It's the other one. And I forget what it's called right now because I'm scrolling frantically through Blade HQ, hoping that I'm going to bump into something besides all these Kaisers. Staff our top picks. The Sparrow Strix. Are you pre-ordering it, Louis? Good man. Yeah, I'm going to have to hold off on it and try to get it afterwards on the drop. Yeah, some of these aren't seeming like great deals on the staff picks. I'm going to go to Knife Center. I don't need to be shopping for knives. Ian, are you still loving your Evo 3.0? I've seen a couple of those creep along Instagram in a range that makes my stomach hurt a little bit, but it doesn't make me just pass out. But I just feel like it's too big for me. Nightbeard to Doom, I love you, brother. You are a gentleman and a scholar and a fantastic human being. Proud to know you and call you a brother. Well, Kaiser's trying to sell everything on Black Friday and not put a big sale on it. Guys, I used to be in love with Kaiser. Like this clutch is a great knife. The mini Beglider is a great knife. I've got so many of these that as a baby fixed blade has got my attention. Well, if you have Kaiser fever gone awry, go to Knife Center and look at their Kaiser sale page. They've got pages and pages of Kaisers, and they've got some good older ones. And they've got some cool ones that you don't see every day. They've got that Grade Machine Titanium October for $148 in 20 CV. They've got the Clutch, which is a great flipper for $132. Here, let's browse it together. No, it's not going to let me go there, I bet, because of my friggin' computer internet. No. Sorry, guys. You can post links and look at them, but I can't share them because my workplace does not want me shopping for knives. But I'll tell you where I'm going to go real quick. These Kaisers, guys, they've got everything, and they've got this little thing called the Kaiser Vanguard Walnut Folding Knife. This is a 1.97-inch blade, black and white G10 handles for $50. That is very unique. I've never seen it. Mini roaches, button locks. Yeah, they've got some good deals there. Go check out White Mountain Knives. Did y'all see those QSP rhinos on White Mountain Knives that are like $368? Grumpy, do you have an original? They look fantastic. And White Mountain also has that little QSP slip joint, the Mendocino folding knife. Yeah, can you believe how expensive that rhino is, Pretty Fly? I'm sure it's a well-built knife, but wow. That makes EMP for EDC look like a... Hey, Grumpy, what do you know about the QSP Destroyer? Oh, it's got a 6.14-inch blade. It's a bigger looking kukri. It's $54 on White Mountain Knives before discount. It's called the Kubi Destroyer. They've got it in a black blade, and they've got it in... Tanya, you can see it on White Mountain Knives on their news section. It's like the first 4 knives that show up. I share the screen, but my company doesn't like knife sites. Yeah, QSP's doing all the nimble runs. Best Tech does the thick boy, and QSP's been doing the nimble and the relative, and they've been doing a great job with it. QSP's the OEM to beat right now. Mike, the relative looks sick. I missed out on that, but I'm hoping there'll be some available for drop. Yeah, going to a knife show in the middle of the month is not healthy. I can't tell how big it is, Tanya, but yeah, it's not looking like almost $400. The DLT Trading Company just opened their holiday hub. They've got mystery boxes. What would I get for a $525 Hinder mystery box? That's scary. Spyderco mystery box number 2. $249. I guess that way you can buy a present for yourself. The Nimble W, Ed Harrison, is exactly, because I was just looking at it, I want to say $325. It is $325, and they have the smooth stonewash satin blue and the frag stonewash and stonewash still in stock for the Nimble W. And I've been very close to pulling the trigger on one of those as well. The Hedgehog is awesome, Grumpy. White Mountain has a couple of them too. It does, Grumpy. Have y'all seen the slip joint that Lefty has collaborated with EMP EDC, not EMP EDC, but EDC Supply Company on? I saw that. Is that the Knife Nerds, Mike Ye? So do all you guys in here have plans for Thanksgiving? Y'all looking forward to tomorrow? I hope y'all have good days. It's going to be low key here. We're going to skate for a little while, and then we're going to run by my mom's for some low key gumbo. Hook up with my daughter and her boyfriend. Nice, gonna arrive. If people go, Ed, you're home alone, buddy. Well, we'll get in live streams, man. Have you got anything cooked up? DM me your address and I'll get you lunch through Uber Eats. Grumpy, that's awesome. I haven't been to the circus in years. I've wanted to get into Slippies, but I've not been able to either, Grumpy. And lately I've been getting into little fixed blades, which are less entertaining than slip joints, but they just seem to serve my purposes better. And these are just my American ones that I have out here. I've got a bunch of Italian ones and Two Sons that are great. I mean, the great little Two Sons that I found on White Mountain Knives that are currently sold out, but they'll be in stock again, are all winners for under $50. Yeah, good one, JN. Acid test kit. Are you by chance talking about the Finch warning or a different warning? Oh, you with all the monkeys. I got you, Grumpy. I'm a little slow tonight. I've been traveling for 2 days, and today I've been playing catch up when I should have been just goofing off. I did go to the range for lunch, though, and put holes in paper for about 45 minutes. Yeah, Grumpy, I'll be supporting you. What time are you starting, buddy? I can just look at the schedule, but I'll be there. Tucson TS221, Mark Herrera. Let me look that up. I just have a feeling if I get one, I'll be getting them all the time. I've got a bad problem going down rabbit holes. I'm glad I got out of the fidget game. Ooh. That is nice. That 227. Deuces Wild, that sounds like a great plan. Howdy, Craig Wilkes. Winter, winter, chicken dinner. AliExpress has got one of those two signs for $139 in full tie, that slip joint. The TS221 M390. All right, Mike, I've got to look at that. Yeah, I looked at one of those in Nashville at Blade Show. That is a cool knife. Are you thinking about getting one? Howdy, Urban Woodsman. See, Deuces Wild, that's what I'm worried about, is I'll do something stupid like jump into a Jack Wolf and love it and then just have to start collecting them and not be able to afford it and cut into all the other knives I like. Nah, I might as well get into watches. It's interesting. These washer knives get cold. Whoop, I'm going to zap a hot, sexy girl. Michael Morgan got her before I could. Good job, Michael. Even though that looks interesting. Should be thankful for hot, sexy girls. Guys, this knife is great. This Mordax. Acid Test Kids, it is probably one of my favorites. And it took me a while and I sizzled it. And yeah, it was one I had to plan for sure. And then it even led to a couple of, I never thought I'd get a Medford, own a Medford. And it led to a couple of more Medfords over time. It led to this one most recently. but this is pretty, in terms of Medford language, this is a pretty plain Jane one. It doesn't have anodized hardware, doesn't have PVC coated blade, and doesn't have any kind of sculpting on the handle. And then I've got a slim MIDI that does have some sculpting on the handle. So it was a little bit more, but I sizzled it and I planned for it. Mike, yeah, that sounds like a win. Cut your rate in half. And guys, I don't know if y'all have spent any time with the people at TRM, the ladies that work customer service, or Marianne or Lee Halpern, but they are a fantastic company. And a couple of my buddies who I was trying to get turned on to them did realize that the knives are a little too thin for them. But if you're looking for a thin, slicey knife in one of many sizes, this is the Neutron 2, which is kind of the middle size. They make an Atom that's larger than this. And then they make the Nerd, which you can get titanium scales for it if you want. And the Holy Nerd. And then they make the Shadow, which has a bar lock. But TRM, their customer service is out of the world. Their 20 CV is heat treated very well. You can change out scales with literally just 4 screws. You don't have to take the pivot out to swap out your scales. And just a really well done knife. I'm a fan. Ed Harrison, that is cool. Do you collect money? Do you collect coins? Or just domestic currency? That's fantastic. I bet that's an exciting find. Yeah, did you see that, Louis, that they're getting ready to do another big batch of shadows? I saw it on their Instagram today that they had a bunch of scales getting ready. And you guys check TRM's site quite often because every Friday afternoon, they're called Hillary's Drops. She's one of the customer service girls, and she'll put up like 5 or 10 knives of all the different variations before she leaves for Friday. And you can grab some outside of original drops. And I've seen them sit there when I didn't have money for 7 and 8 hours. Ed, that is awesome. That is fantastic. What year model is it? Or what, not year model, how old is that quarter? And is it the way that it's minted, the image on it that makes it so special? $19.99? And they've got these in 2 patterns of tie-dye. It is so good. This one's a little harder to see. But that's an EDC round table mushroom, Hank. I carry that one all the time. Hey guys, so I lost my mind last week and I was on Amazon fucking around and ended up buying a Benjamin air rifle because I was told by Benjamin that they were discontinued. And so I had to go find one to prove them wrong. And so now I've got a $300 air rifle and a bunch of pellets that I have no idea what I'm going to shoot. But what are you going to do? Can't get my EDTC round table to pop up in there. JN, get yourself fed, buddy. When I get out of here, I'm going to roll to Taco Bell and I'm going to keep my fingers crossed that they're not sold out of Mexican pizzas. And I'm going to go crazy on some Mexican pizzas. No, it's not the pressurized. It's a 22 caliber pneumatic pump. When I was a kid, I had one that had a walnut stock and walnut pump, kind of like the Beemans. But this one's made out of kind of molded plastic, but the stock and the pump look the same. So it is a pneumatic pump. 10 pumps, I want to say, give you 853 FPS on a 22 caliber and right over 1,000 at a 177. But I've always gotten 22 calibers. And then this past weekend, I went out to the range with one of the guys that's one of my clients, and we were shooting our 322 poo-poos, and got hooked up with silencers out at the range and tried those out. And that made the 22 that I was shooting quieter than an air rifle. Yeah, Ian, don't worry. That thing will put your head out. I used to, when I was a kid, I slayed many a squirrel and birds with that gun before I was able to shoot a 22, before my dad would let me. Acid test kids, it's lame here. I don't know what your state's like, but here you have to buy the suppressor, which the one I was shooting out of was about $450. And it was nice for a 22. And then you got to get a $200 federal stamp. So it's over $600 to make your pistol quiet, which I have a hard time with that. Ed, the 22 caliber Crosslings are awesome. I wrestle with that because it was about almost $200, $150 less than the Benjamin, and something about the Benjamin just suckered me in. Again, it's that childhood memory, even though it doesn't look like it. It's the closest thing to it. But if you go to Benjamin's website, they only show those new PCPs that you can either pump up with a bicycle pump or use a compressor. And those things must fling pellets like a machine gun. Yes, they do have a 357 pressurized pellet rifle. It's called the bullpup, isn't it? Isn't it, Grumpy? Yeah, it takes 3 to 16 months. You're right. So you got to buy it. Your money's tied up, and I don't even think you can take possession of it until it clears, right? Yeah, the Crossman pumps were great. Is it a 177 caliber? It'll shoot 177 or BBs. Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. You should be able to put a deposit on it and go through the paperwork and then get it back. And then I don't know what would happen if you bought it and then for some reason your paperwork didn't go through. Would they give you your money back? I guess they would if they're a good gun shop. But what a joke. I mean, what do they think somebody's going to do? Go out and I just don't get it. Just to protect your hearing. But he also had one that I shot a couple of times that he can put on everything from his AR to his 9mm that he has that are really, really nice. And it was surprisingly quiet. I thought it was almost Hollywood quiet, but it was a lot more. It was like a $900 can with, the same stamp. Oh, Ed, so it's a 22 caliber Crossman? Nice. Yeah, those are classic guns. They probably came out before Benjamin was even a brand. If y'all are looking for a small to mid-size knife and you've got somebody like Joe at Lancelot Leather who can make you a sheath, this White River Bird and Trout is a great knife. I'm just, again, not crazy about the way that the belt lets you mount it. But the sheath can be redone. Nice. Yeah, I'll have to try to shoot mine some tomorrow. I have not shot it yet. I'm waiting for I ordered from Amazon a rifle case, and it came in and it was too short. And then the one I ordered is the right size, but it won't come in until Monday. So I still got it in the box. But I did order a variety pack of hunting pellets and then just some of their little hollow point pellets. I was surprised. They do have several different types of pellets, so I'm going to have to try them out. They used to be, when I got them as a kid, they were oiled. So like they came in the tin, but the tin was all oily. But guys, I'm going to let this run out for about 2 hours, which about 10 more minutes. And then I'm going to run for the border. But I just want to make sure that the Sheridan 20 calibers. I'm not familiar with those Mark Herrera, but I am familiar with Sheridans. Sheridans, Beemans, and Benjamins were what my buddies ran around with. Deuces Wild, take care, buddy. You have a great day tomorrow, too. Yeah, I'm going to dip out here in a little bit, in about 10 minutes. But I just really wanted to not just thank y'all for being here, but thank y'all for being part of my life and being friends and being in the chats with us and just making it feel like a real community. Take care, Richard. Thank you for being here, my man. Demonoc, hopefully it is. The last few times I've been there, it's kind of been lame, but I think with it being Wednesday night, I'll probably be in good shape. if I get there soon enough, which I will. If not, it's just what it's supposed to be doing. What is up, Tri-State? Thanks for coming into my live, buddy. I feel graced with the slickest guy in the tube. I'm doing a dual be thankful for everybody in the community call and let them know how much I love them. And then I'm selfishly trying to get my watch hours up. And I was told on Satisfactions Live that the best way to do that was lives. So I figured it was a win-win. I could get everybody together, chat, wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving, tell them how they made my year awesome, how they made Blade Show awesome, how you guys made Blade Show awesome, and just share a little gratitude. Pump our EDC roundtable, some of our weird American fixed blade knives that Lancelot Leather is going to have to make me a sheath on. Love you too, buddy. Have a happy Thanksgiving. You, Karen, I hope y'all are taking a chill and you decided not to go to the parents. You're just going to do y'all's thing. But anyway, I hope you enjoy it. Guys, if we can hang on for 8 more minutes, I will have made it for 2 hours. And y'all would have stuck with me for 2 hours. And Satisfaction, thank you for all you add to the community, buddy. Your lives are just a breath of fresh air. Your content's hilarious, and your personality is just pure. That bird and trout is sweet. But I do wish it had a cooler little sheath. And I'm telling y'all, I really love the chickadee. I don't know if I told a story about this, but I've been looking for little knives to replicate the chickadee and found some Tucson's that were great values. And then one of our brothers, Honey Bear 85, had seen that I was looking for one. And he had this guy with the Oak City sheath and the regular Kydex sheet that comes from Jacob Creates and made me a fantastic deal on it. So forever indebted to Honey Bear. He's hooked me up with a couple of good finds that he came to my attention, and I could tell he'd been checking out what I like on Instagram, so I owe him in a big way. Papa Bear Knives. You posted that earlier, and I did not click on it. Oh, yeah. There are so many good U.S. makers. I mean, there's a guy here in Huntsville, Alabama that does fantastic work. And then there's a dude over in Gunnersville. Jeff just bought a folder from him, my buddy A to Z EDC, and I'm blanking on his name. Hey, Grateful Panic, what's that maker's name in Gunnersville? Me neither. I've got his card, though. I'm going to have to get it. But there's a guy over in Gunnersville, Alabama, about 35 miles from here, who makes some folders that are unbelievable. His name's Dustin Driver. Y'all go check out Dustin Driver on Instagram. I bet you I can pull him up on Instagram. Let's try that. Uh-oh. All right, I'm going to be able to share with y'all if it doesn't make me sign in. All right, I'm going to share with y'all the knife that my buddy bought in Nashville that is awesome. All right, y'all ready to see? This one right here. Tell me that is not sick. Look at the belly on that and that compound grind. And that copper is not copper. It's actually what's that really expensive material that is conductor, superconductor? Oh, dude, it doesn't have a dad bod. This thing is sexy, man. It flips, it drops. And again, this is superconductor that rubs through. Check this out. Look at that lock bar access. It is a beauty. But yeah, if y'all want some local goodness, Dustin Driver does some fixed blades. He's in Gunnersville. He does some killer customs. Man, they're not cheap, I'll just tell you. But anyway, that was cool. And then there's another guy that Shane fell in love with, Chapman Lake Knives. I think he's kind of cooled down on that a little bit. What's up, Knives 101? Nuts for Knives. Todd Carr. I didn't see y'all slip in. Welcome, guys. I'm going to have to run for the border here shortly and try to get Mexican pizzas before they stop serving, which with my luck will be already. What's up, Mike Jernak? Probably my favorite Spyderco is my Manix 2 with my, oh God, I always forget the name of these scales. They are, I've got them from my Pure Military 2. They're not original goat. They are, somebody throw it up there. Who makes these scales? Rock Scale Designs. Thank you, Acid Test Kids. These are Rock Scale Designs that are linerless. So I was able to get rid of those janky, which a lot of people like, but those really sharp liners that are in the Manix 2. And now I've got this just killer smooth, soft feeling EDC knife. And this is the Crew Wear. I want to say it was a Knife Center edition. So that's a winner. And the Shaman's always a winner. You getting ready to skate?
I think I'm gonna go over to Janice because I gotta get their dogs there 11 o'clock medicine.
All right, I'm going to be going to Taco Bell in a little bit, so let me know if you're going and I'll keep it locked for you.
All right, buddy.
Well, guys, I'm going to let everybody out of here. I want to let y'all know how much I do appreciate every single one of you, how much I look forward to seeing you in everybody else's chat, the fact that we've got a chat schedule and a live schedule where we can go around pretty much any day. Yes, Quattro Bell, Mexican pizzas ×3 with no beans and extra mild sauce. God, it's going to be horrible. I'll pay for it tomorrow, but it'll be good tonight. But no, guys, continue to be sweet to each other. Continue to get along. Continue to share when you've got issues with somebody. Reach out to that somebody. Talk to them about it first. And just love each other, guys. I love every single one of you. I'm stoked that y'all came out and joined me. And I'm just thankful to have you as friends. I'm thankful to have you as a community. And I'm thankful to spend a lot of time with you guys. Love you all. Peace.